Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I speak about different topics in my channel. I know that I did not upload Thursday. I don't want to make this intro long enough, but I had a panic attack. I haven't had one in so long. I was at work. I work in a cafeteria at my old high school, which I love. I've never said I don't think I've ever said, of all the jobs that I work, I don't think I've said how much I love this one. The ladies, most of them are older. Most half of them are older than me, in a sense. I think I'm maybe the youngest. I may be the baby, in the sense that I'm in my still 30s. Don't judge. And from day one, they've made me feel loved, cared. They treat me right. They're there for me. So I was doing, I do the dishes. I'd rather do the dishes than be in the line. If you know, you know. And everything was going okay. Everything was going good. I was kind of feeling dizzy at some point. I went to the locker room where we keep our stuff. And I literally just I kneeled down, and for some reason I just started crying. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't, when I tried to open my eyes, I was kind of seeing blurry things. It was just a lot. And it was one of the most scariest thing I've ever been through. And like I said, I've had some before, but this one was really, really bad. Luckily, my daughter wasn't here, because I was able to come home at 12. I usually get out at 2. My daughter wasn't here, so I was able to rest. I took a nap. And then Friday, I decided to take a day off and just take a mental day for me. And yeah, it happened again Friday. And it was just, like I said, it was really hard. But yeah, it's something that I'm shocked, and I was scared when knowing that that's what I went through, and just I'm gonna try to figure out how to handle it and how to deal with the panic attacks. Not just that, if you know, I have mental health, I have depression, anxiety, and now that I have to add things, when it comes to panic attacks, it just happens out of nowhere. And I tried to figure out what caused it. Why was I? Because like I said, I was doing good. I was happy. I was laughing with the girls, the ladies, and everything like that. So it was really weird. It was very scary, but yeah. So with that being said, I'll be talking about 3 missing cases of kids today. So let's go ahead and get it started. Also, I think I'm going to be bringing a series. I want to bring a new series out. I'll be talking about hate crimes. Hate crimes are one of those that was never a thing. It started being a thing when people fought and used their voice for it to become hate crimes. And some of the crimes that I'm going to be talking about the first one that I will be talking about, I don't know where I'm going to start this one, because I kind of want to get I want to have a big list, if that makes sense. But the one that I'm going to be the first one that I want to talk about, it's one that when I read it and I saw the documentary, it was, I don't even have words for it. But y'all keep an eye on that for that video. I do go, my next topic will be missing adults, and then I think I basically do different topics every time I upload. So yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first missing child we need to tell me is Jolene Lakey. She went missing at age 11. Her height and weight was 5'9", 50, 80 pounds. A white shirt with purple trim, a tight front, dark blue sweatpants, and brown sandals with stripes. Jolene has a long history of illness, particularly pneumonia, and may still be susceptible. Light yellow car. Caucasian female, brown to blonde hair. Brown eyes. Michelle goes by her middle name, Jolene. Some agencies refer to her as Jolene Michelle Lakey or spell her name Michelle. Instead of of 2 L's, they spell it with 1 L. She had long fingernails at the time of her 1986 disappearance. Her nicknames are Boozers, and Boo Boo. Jolene had a small, slight build at the time of her disappearance and looked much younger than her age. She wore children's size 14, clothes size 8, shoes in 1986. Her female family members are all shorter, and she may be also. And that's with me too. Like, if you look at me, I'm about to be 37 years old. My dad is tall. My dad's side of the family is tall. Not all of them, but my dad is really tall. My mom's side of the family, my grandma and me are the same height, so that's why I'm so short. And plus, I was born 3 pounds. So, Jolene visited her mother at Mercy Hospital in the hometown of Sacramento, Pennsylvania, on August 26 of 1986. She was last seen walking on North Washington Avenue towards her home, which was in the 300 block of that street. She was planning on spending the night at a female friend's house on Melling Street. Jolene may have entered undefined light yellow car approximately on 1 block from her family residence. She has never been seen again. Authorities believe she was abducted by a non-familiar member. Franklin O'Sealing is considered a possible suspect in Jolene's case. He was convicted of kidnapping, raping, and murdering a 9-year-old Sacramento girl in 1990 and sentenced to prison for the rest of his life. He is considered a person of interest in several other cases, including the 1978 disappearance of Joanna Williams. O'Sealing admitted to knowing Jolene and said she sometimes visited his auto shop and gave her rides home. He maintains his innocence in her disappearance. However, investigators are not sure whether he was involved. He died in prison in 2020. Jolene's parents are divorced. She had not seen her father for 3 years prior to her disappearance, and he was not notified of her abduction for 7 months afterwards. Her mother moved away from Sacramento shortly after her disappearance and now lives in Oxford, New York. Her case remains unsolved. I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep saying it again. I don't need people to judge this mother for having her daughter walk by herself. Back then, it was a common thing. Kids would walk by themselves everywhere. I want to say, in like the hospital and the house was not as you heard it was not that far. It seemed like it was in the same street. I really do think that she probably knew this person. It could have been a friend of her, a dad that was a friend, like a dad, and the dad's like, oh, I'm your friend's dad. Who knows? It could have been somebody that she know, especially if nobody heard no screams. It could have been somebody she knew, because obviously, when you see somebody that you know, but you don't really, you know them in a sense that you know their kids. It could have been that, but I'm just surprised that the mom didn't say nothing to the dad. I mean, y'all were divorced, but I don't want to assume if I don't know if it was they divorced and he was never in her life after they got a divorce. Then I would understand, but who knows. The next case we're going to be talking about is Teresa Lynn Hollins. She went missing at age 13. Her height and weight is 5'3", 120 pounds. Red and white jacket and red pants. Caucasian female, brown hair, hazel eyes. Teresa had a dog bite scar in her upper lip and a dimple on her left cheek. Her nickname is Tira, sometimes spelled Tiara. Teresa was last seen in Greensboro, Pennsylvania on September 27th of 1975. She left her home to go to a female friend's house at 11 a.m. Teresa left behind all her belongings, including her purse and clothes. In spite of this, she was intentionally considered a problem runaway law enforcement. Teresa's parents state she had never gone anywhere without telling them where she was going and had never stayed out late without permission, and that didn't allow her to date. After her disappearance, however, it was discovered that she had lied to her parents on multiple occasions and was secretly involved in a risky lifestyle that included adult men. One of the men Teresa associated with was a police officer who was later imprisoned for murder, and another was a pedophile who was involved with drugs. It's unclear whether any of the men she knew were involved in her case. Years later, one of Teresa's female friends admits she and Teresa went to a party house in Bellway, Greensburg on the day of her disappearance. The friend says she left with a man at 6 p.m., leaving Teresa at the party house, and this was the last time she saw her. One theory is that Teresa died of an overdose at the party, and the other guests panicked and disposed of her body. Teresa is the youngest of 6 children, foul play suspected in her case, which remains unsolved. Let me say something. Parents, I need you to check your kids' phone. I know me personally, I'm gonna say I lied to my parents. I sure did. Not in the sense that they were strict to the point that they didn't allow me to do certain things. I think my first sleepover was with one, I don't even remember this girl's name, but it was my first school, and I ended up staying over there. You know, and we did have sleepovers and people's and our friends, but these people were my mom's co-workers. You know, so they've known each other so long, and so that's why we were allowed to stay, because they knew they've been best friends even before me and my sister came to the United States. I am not blaming Teresa's parents for what I'm about to say, so don't even say that. Do I agree on being strict with your kids? Yes, I agree. But I also agree to not be that strict. I think it's called a airplane parent. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But an airplane parent, to me, if that's the word, that is the right word, is basically a parent that basically has to control the child's life. There's this case of this girl, Jennifer. I don't remember her name, but I think she's from Canada. She ended up killing her parents. She had a brother, and it was her. The parents with the brother weren't strict with him. Obviously, he's a boy. It's different. I don't know why, but it's different when you have a boy than when you have a girl. The parents controlled every single aspect of her life. Even after graduating high school, she was living with her parents. Mind you, she was in her 20s, and she was not allowed to date. She was not allowed to date at all. They put her in piano lesson. They controlled her, but they also put so much pressure on her that it got to the point that she could not handle the pressure. She saw her friends and other people doing things that she wasn't allowed to do because of that. My point is, as a parent, do not try. The more you control a child, the more they're gonna push your buttons. They're gonna end up lying to you. They're gonna end up doing things that you never thought your children were gonna do. But because you push them, have that open communication with your parents and with your child. Because an open communication with your children is very important, in a sense that they will trust you to tell them everything. That they will come to you instead of coming to a stranger and another family member that who God knows what they're going to say to them, and probably give them a negative advice, and they're going to take that negative advice because you do not want to have that open communication. I am a parent first, but I am also my daughter's best friend. My daughter, I do not whoop my daughter because I don't believe in whooping. Do not come in my comments. That's just me. That's who I am. I don't believe in whoopings. No. But when my daughter does something, I do talk to her. We have that communication. We have that open communication. She could tell me anything. without being scared, because I'm the type of person that I want her to do that. I want her to come to me. I'd rather her come to me than her go to somebody else. So have that open communication when it comes to your children and your parents. You know, I didn't have that communication, open communication with me and my mom. I mean, my mom abandoned me for 2 years, and when she decided that she was ready to be a mother, she brought me. But I was already old enough, you know. I fend for myself in a sense. So yeah, that's that. But the relationship that me and my daughter have, like I say, I'm a mother first, but I'm her best friend as well. So I have that open communication. I never had that with my mom. You know, I learned about, you know, where I'm going in high school. In school, that's what I learned. That's where I learned about all that. So I think sometimes it's good to be strict, but it's not strict where you're pulling your kids away from you and they have to hide everything from you, if that makes any sense. So let's go ahead with the last case for today. So we're going to be talking, this is the last case, Jamie Martin Torreno. He went missing at 1 year old. 3'12", 30 pounds, a green tank top, blue shorts, and blue sneakers. Caucasian male, brown hair, brown eyes. Jamie has a birthmark on his right thigh. He may go by his initial JT. JT was last seen playing with his 5-year-old cousin in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on October 4 of 1986. He lived with his parents in the 50 block of Wood Village Avenue, but on the day of his disappearance, he and his family were attending a family birthday party on Mack Street. Jamie and his cousins were playing on a retaining wall about 12 feet above Charters Creek. The creek was swollen with rain and had risen to a level 6 feet higher than normal. Jamie fell off the wall into the water and disappeared in spite of people's attempt to rescue him. Authorities believe he drowned, but after his disappearance, there was a report that he was alive and living somewhere in New Jersey. His body has never been found, and his mother hopes he's still alive. And that is just the case of JT. This one kind of breaks my heart. I do not, and this is another one that I do not want to see comments but like, well, why was the mom not watching them? Why was the mom not, where's the mom? Why were they playing by water? I don't need that negativity. Do not come up in my YouTube talking negativity when I speak, especially about these old type of cases. But I do feel like he's alive, because if you think about it, when it does come to drowning, you really... When it comes to drowning, you would have found the body by now. So, probably somebody saved them. I wouldn't know how long the river is. Could have him floated somewhere else and somebody found him and was able to save his life and he's somewhere. There's a possibility. Because from what I've heard, when it comes to drowning, you tend to find the body not as quickly as possible, but you tend to find the body sooner or later. So with his body still not been found, I really do think he is alive. I think that somebody was able to save him and they just kept him and raised him as their own. That's a possibility. And I really do hope that if that's the case, that he was loved, was taken care of, and he grew up in a nice family, and that I hope that he's able to one day reach out to his own family. He probably doesn't even know he's missing, and I hope that he's able to reconnect with his family and his mom, you know. If you know anything about these cases that I've talked about, I will leave the information in the description below with the number that you could call. You don't have to say your name, just say what you know, because you just never know. You never know. I always say with these stories are really hard for me to do, but I do it because I want to keep these stories out there, and I want to keep these names out there, and just help these families get answers that they've been wanting to for so long. So guys, that is it for today. I will be back with a new case. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Take care, guys. Take care, take care, take care. I also want to say rest in peace to every single person that lost their lives in the airplane in Washington. I think it was Washington. I just woke up this morning that there was another airplane crash, and I don't know what's going on in this world, but I just want to say to every single person that lost a family in the airplanes crashes, I'm here for y'all. I'm going to pray, and to all those lives that are gone, I hope y'all rest in peace. And my condolence to every single person, every single loved one that lost their loved ones in these plane crash. You have big supporters who are praying for you, and we want to let you know that we will pray for you and your family to give you the strength that you need, because I could never imagine having to see a loved one 1 minute and then finding out the next that they're gone. I do want to say, tell your loved ones I love you. Hug them, kiss them, because you never know. Life is not forever, and it sucks to say it, but it's not. You could be gone in an instant. That's how life is. You could be gone in an instant. So yes, guys, I will see you next time with a new video. I hope you have a great day. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That does help me a lot. I do appreciate it. Every person that I have that subscribed to my channel, and I really do hope to keep growing. This means a lot to me, and it's just the reason why I do so much different topic is because most of the topics that I do speak about are very heavy topics. So I kind of want to mix it up and talk about, but like WWE superstars and, and just different things that doesn't have to be dark in every video. So that's why I do different topics. But if you have a topic, a new series that you want me to start, go ahead and tell me. It could be a true crime series. It could be like just a regular series. Just let me know and I will look it up. Bye, guys.